We go riding up in there though, and that's really pretty, and that's where Jim chases all of his rabbits, and that's why you can stand down on the road and watch everything that goes on. You can see just how dumb Jim is when they turn right and he keeps on going. And this is our little back pasture. Horses over there, all the leaves are gone. Only takes one day of 90-mile-an-hour winds and you don't have any leaves anymore. And those are the mountains that you see through the windows, but it's a little cloudy, a lot of snow up there.
And here we are back again.
So we'll go put Carolyn's big toy up and walk around the outside a little bit, and then we'll go inside.
Okay.
Okay?
Alrighty.
So just in the last 15 seconds, we realize it's snowing now. But it's not, it may be just because the humidity is different, but it just isn't a bone-chilling, terrible cold. And we got long underwear on, we got our chaps on, we got our jackets on. And we found that makes a big difference if you do go outside and you got clothes on. If you don't, you're gonna freeze. How'd you like to hit that with your lawnmower? This is supposed to be the biggest cottonwood in the state of Nevada. And obviously they go by trunk size because there's one right next door that's like 3 times bigger, but this has been trimmed in 1991. And when they landscape the yard, they've got all kinds of irrigation for this tree. Well, we figured they hit a pretty good place to put the well in, because right there's the well, and if a tree will live here for 120 years and grow that big, there must be plenty of water right there. And that's our fence that we built out along the front. Going to put small gates over to the left and great big gates over there for the driveway. And see those old gray clouds over there? We're going to get some snow today. We're supposed to get 2 inches again. That's our bedroom right there, and that's our bedroom deck, and right there where those white chairs are is our bedroom patio, and then that deck goes all the way across the back of the house.
Hi, Granny and Gramps. Here's Cowboy Mike.
And this is
and
Sarah.
His trusty steed.
This is Sarah naked. She doesn't have any clothes on. And we've been riding for what, a couple hours?
Yeah.
So she's gonna get something to eat and get some rest.
And let's see, I got up before Mike this morning, which is not always usual. Just kind of nice and cozy in bed. He decided to stay in a little while. And I came out and fed her once and cleaned up the stalls, made sure they had water, and brushed her out from where she was sleeping that night, and just played with her for a little while, and that is a lot of fun. Just to spend time with them.
And we'll get her something to eat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she likes that. She is a chow hound. And Gramps, here's our little storage area for hay. And we figure we can eventually fit a ton in there. Right now, we've just been getting it 1 or 2 bales at a time. See everything in there. Got all of our little supplies all hung up on the racks.
We would have gotten a ton last week, but with the weather the way it is, I'm afraid that the truck's going to back down here.
And not get
and
out.
that kid's going to want to get out of here. And he's not going to be interested in helping me put 17 bales of hay back there. So I think I better wait until I got some really good weather.
Okay.
That is yellow.
Huh?
That is yellow.
Yes, it is.
Okay, she's already had some grain this morning.
She had a little bit of grain.
She's good.
Yeah, she's good to go.
Oh, okay.
Everything pretty clean?
No, I can show Gramps and Granny one of my favorite brand new things.
Oh boy.
When it comes to poop, there ain't none better than horse poop. And believe me, I've stepped in quite a bit. And I know
Okay, just had to get the gate. Whoa. Watch your step. Okay, no, you're going too fast. I'm not up here with you. Here we go.
Just the daggone quality of it. I like it.
Wow, and I cleaned up already once today. They're machines.
Now actually this may look like it's not much fun.
But you and Judy did this for an entire day when she was here, didn't you?
Yeah, because the whole place was full of it. But unbeknownst to the trained eye, there are little things you do to amuse yourself. Like if you can get that one that's only this big, flip it like that into a 3-yard away shot, hit the middle of the wheelbarrow, just sort of kind of get your day going right. You consider yourself on track. I'll bet you when I bought this wheelbarrow, I never thought it'd be doing this. We'll have to show Gramps our poop pile.
Okay.
Is that gate just hanging?
Yeah, it's just hanging. I figure as long as the other one's locked, that's not going to really hurt anything.
As long as there's food over here, she's not.
Yeah, she's not going anywhere. Well, she did move that
I mean, well, you know that's
plate
maybe I
out.
can already move it.
Strong girl. Okay, let's see. Gotta shut the gate. I think I'll turn this off for just a second while I shut the gate. Okay. So this is kind of the setup from the water trough end. And Mike put those 3 boards on the outside. I don't know if you can see them very well. Just to kind of dress it up a little bit, but it's primarily got that horse fencing. The wood really is just to kind of make it pretty. Let's see. This is where we make our collection. And this is about 1.5 horses for 2 months, right? No, about a month, really.
Not much more than a month.
Yeah.
5 weeks, 6
Yeah.
weeks. A lot of duty.
Yeah.
Right here's a dog house. There was a fence that came right along here. Came out to the corner there and ran up there about 100 feet, so that was our big dog pen. And of course on the inside it was all grown up. And the gate, they had 2, what do you call them, golden retrievers?
Yeah.
The gate had openings in it this big, so we knew that they had big dogs before we even knew they had golden retrievers, but we didn't really think that that would contain an animal such as Jim.
He cannot be contained.
So I thought, well, that'd make a nice week's project to take that fence down. And I started one morning, and by 1 o'clock I had it all done. They had the old cedar posts. Didn't know how I was going to get them out. Brought my sledgehammer out and whacked them good, broke them off right at ground level, and then pounded down the little sharp stuff.
Battery problems. We're going to
Okay.
have to
Okay, we got
stop now, and then we'll recharge and do some more.
Okay,
Okay?
that's good.
Good. Well, Mike is working on the fire because we've had just the most unusual past 2 hours. And Betsy and Russell, and Granny and Gramps, you're both going to be looking at this, and let me just kind of explain to you how everything went. Okay, Betsy and Russell, we just finished your tape, and then we said goodbye to you, and then we started Granny and Gramps tape, and we spent maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes or so just talking to them with the horse and stuff like that, and we turned it off, and we came inside, and we rewound it and sat down and started recording Betsy and Russell's tape. And it was probably, what, an hour and a half ago that we stopped taping?
Hour and a half.
About an hour and a half ago. Well, since we quit taping and we came inside, and y'all remember what that was just a few minutes ago? We now have this. We have probably had an inch of snow in the past hour. And it was so neat. The wind just blew, just a strong gust for about 5 minutes. And this big old brown black cloud came across the valley and just engulfed the house, and all of a sudden all this white stuff started falling.
And this is totally backwards. The wind always comes from the direction we're looking right now, but look how it's coming now.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's coming from the front of the house.
So we're getting something really strange here.
Yeah. So.
And we were going to go to town this afternoon.
I know.
I don't know if we're going to be able to.
I'll see if I can see it. If I open the door, see it a little bit better. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so quiet. Ooh, swirling snow. And that really has happened just in an hour and a half maximum. And it wasn't that cold when we came in, but boy, when that wind came, it just must have brought all this with it. So anyway, so we're going to tack this on to the back of Betsy and Russell's tape, even though we've already said goodbye. And we'll make sure this is on Granny and Gramps tape too, so that they can see what happened just one afternoon. And Mike is working on getting the fire started, which requires a certain equilibrium between vent, fan, and auger feed that I've not quite mastered yet. So, do you want to say goodbye? Like, until next time? Jim's going to come and push you out of the way.
It's going to feel good in a minute.
I know. Okay, well, I guess we're going to go and try to put Betsy and Russell's tape in the mail. And Granny and Gramps.
If it doesn't get there, we got to.
Yeah, we got a reason. And Granny and Gramps, we're going to work on yours some more later on today.
And if yours never gets done, it's because the snow's all the way up here. We ran out of food.
Okay, we'll talk to you later.
The object of...
There he is.
There he is. Jim Buck got away from us. He lost us and he was going on his way home and we happened to see him. And I couldn't get the camera going quick enough to watch him come screaming up the hill. Go get him, Jim.
Where's the bunny?
Okay, get him going.
Jim, where's the rabbit? Go get that rabbit. Go get him. Go get him, Jim. Go get him.
All you have to do is say rabbit. That's
Go get that bunny.
some kind of... Get him out, Jim. Get him out.
Get him out.
Get him out of there.
Get him out.
Get him out.
Go, Jim. Go get him.
Yeah, I see.
It's a lot more fun when he really is chasing a rabbit.
That'd be neat if we could see him and a rabbit. I gotta move here.
Where is it? Just see his tail move though, can't you?
Yeah.
He loves that.
I've told Carolyn this many times. I always thought I would be at least real old before I would be willing to go down to the pet store in the middle of the night and get some ointment for the dog's butt, but I guess I'd do it right now. Use up 8 million feet of video on that pecker.
Jim, there it goes. Up the hill, Jim.
Jim always looks for instructions. Carolyn stands down the road.
Do you see him go up the hill, baby? Two of them.
Yeah.
Two of them going.
Yeah.
But he doesn't even know it. Go get him, Jim.
Go get him. He's looking back here.
They went to the left side of the tree. Not that way.
That's so discouraging when you yell left and right directions to Jim. He always has to stop and look at his hand and tell which one is left or right. Well, he'll be busy for the next hour.
Okay, go get him, Jim. That's where they went. That's where they went. Go get him.
Now, he'll really get crazy right now because they were just there.
Yeah. He's now in Steamboat.
Oh, enough of the Discovery Station.
Oh, my.
Okay. Golly, this is going to be bright.
Yeah, this is bright, isn't it?
We should have come up here yesterday, but it was snowing like crazy. And we got about, what did we get, like 3 inches and about a...
Well, he echoes off the hills, doesn't he?
We're just up on the hill across the road. Right, and right down there goes the bunny rabbit.
Yeah, there goes
He's on the road right there. Can you see him sitting right there? Can you make him move?
Move, bunny!
There you go.
goes.
Boy, you have such a command of rabbits. And that's the reason we put our white fence across the front. Everybody else way down the road has it. I just thought it looked a little better if we did too. And that's our little bunkhouse. And that's Randy's house right next door, Randy and Karen. And as you can see, all the houses are pretty well spread out. And Randy and Karen built their house, and just in no time, here comes Calloway, the guy we bought our house from, and stuck it kind of right in front of him. So there was always real bad, nasty blood between those two families. It's also real interesting to hear how all this stuff was divided, because I'm sure this was all owned by one person at one time or another, but every single piece got split up because of a divorce.
It sounds that way, yeah.
She got half and he got half, and of course she always sells her half. And then whoever buys it, when they split it, just keeps getting, there's only going to be
smaller.
1 square foot at a time. And that house up there on the hill is Don and Barbara from Southern California. They built that house themselves, and they built that toy shed, as he calls it, first, and put a little tiny apartment in it, and they've been living in that while they're building their house. And this is not a very good angle of their house. If you're exactly on the other side looking back up, man, it is really, really neat. He's a pretty neat guy.
God, look at these shoes.
You think it's muddy?
Just a little bit.
Let's see,
Lovely.
where are those feet? Holy moly. Don't you come in the house with those boots on, young lady.
No. Hi there.
You promise you won't?
I won't.
You're going to take them off first.
I will.
And we'll leave them where? We leave them as the same place we leave everything else in the world, right by the garage door.
Right by the garage door. God, it would be good to shake some of this off though in the yard.
Okay. Well, shall we go back down?
Yeah.
We could go back up. We could go higher, but you don't really see much
more
of anything different than you see from right here.
But you kind of give them an idea of how the yard's laid out with the corral back there by the tree, and just kind of
Horses over there by the big tree.
Got the big overview here. And the fence line in the back of the house. And see how the house is at an angle? And when we go inside, you'll see why they set it that way. But it's getting a lot of good sun right now. It's toasting up pretty good.
Okay, let's roll on down the hill. All you gotta do is push me, I'll beat you to the bottom. Jim's hot on his trail.
I can see the bunny taking off way up the hill.
Yeah, he's way up the top. Oh, there's 2 or 3 of them.
They run for the rocks, don't
Yeah,
they?
he'll eventually get up there. See, he went left.
Oh, well.
First icicle of the season. Little cap in there to protect my joints. Actually, a little cap in there to be a little bit different.
It's a straight fence.
Well, it was a lot straighter, and then it rained a lot and the wind blew before I got a chance to pour water around the posts. So some of them came a little bit out of whack. So someday on a nice day, Carolyn can tell me which one's off, push it back into place, then take a 4x4 and a sledgehammer and back it in a little bit. Then pour some water on it, it'll stay straight. But it turned out pretty good. Lots of junk along here, we cleaned it all up. Yeah, I think somebody did get kind of crazy right here, didn't
Yeah, doing some donuts or something in the road.
they? Donut head.
But we were right back up, just about halfway up that hill right there. No big deal. But just got you up a little bit and you could see the whole valley.
You get up on top there, you can see real far.
Yeah.
So we turn over here to the right. Can you get that house up on that hill over there?
Which
Can you
one?
see it? It's on the green hill.
Oh.
Can you see what I mean?
The green hill.
See the green hill?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Way up
Do
there.
do the,
See if I can get it all
yeah.
the way up there. Yeah, I think you see it.
when we go to Virginia City, the road goes up through those mountains, and boy, somebody just bought them a mountaintop and a road grader and a backhoe. He's got, the house only takes up a small part of the top, and all the tools and the machinery it takes to care for that driveway
Yeah,
takes
to
up the
get in
rest
that
of
one.
it. It's a full size. I couldn't tell what kind it was, but it's a full size like you'd see along the road on a highway project. I can't imagine how they get any water up there. All this along here is the ditch irrigation system that comes across everybody's front of their property. And these are these little stops. And then there's all kinds of little pieces, little ditches that go out into the front here. So we don't really know very much about it, but we understand that in the spring, when they release the water, it comes down here, and like we get X number of hours that we can stop it up right there, and then we get all the water that's coming down here flows all down there.
So you just flood irrigate your property.
And somebody said they do that like once a week. They let you know ahead of time, and I think from kind of what I understand, people say you don't have to worry a whole lot about using the water too long, because there's going to be somebody right down here next to you letting you know when your time is up. Because that way you can get your grass to grow out here, and you feed your horses on that. Don't have to worry
At least for half a summer or longer. Because by the time we moved here, everybody's grass was pretty brown, don't you
Yeah,
recall?
it was brown by
Labor Day.
Yeah. But everybody says in the middle of the summer, you won't even recognize it. You'll have to, if you don't have horses out here eating it, you'll have to come out here and cut it, because it'll get shoulder high. So that'll be sort of interesting to see. And the ditching situation lets it go all the way to the back, past the house, all down in that pasture down there. And someone else said, when it comes your turn and it's like the first water of the spring, and say you get it for 20 hours at a time, you spend 20 hours out here with a shovel and your boots making sure your ditches flow right. If you got a piece that's not getting as much water as it should, you go make a ditch. I don't think I'm really looking like that.
It's going to be a big mud pie fest,
We'll
isn't
just
it?
go by, hey, what the hell. Did the ditch. Most of the dirt got piled up here on the left. And it wasn't like a continuous pile. For some reason, there was a big pile and then a little pile and then
Just
a great big
lumpies.
pile and so on.
Yeah.
So that's Randy next door, is the one that came over with the box on the back of his tractor. In 40 minutes, he had it all cemented out. I could have been out there until I'm 80 years old with a rake trying to get it straightened out. So I like Randy real good.
He's got good toys.
He's got big toys. And this is down close to the front of the house.
And there's the garage. And that's the kitchen. And the entranceway. And I'm sorry the sun is so bad.
It's going to get you now.
Yeah. And then this is our bedroom wing. Right here. And they have all sorts of landscaping here. I don't know if you can tell underneath the snow, but those are big rocks and pine bark chips and stuff like that. And it's kind of like a dam, so that when you flood irrigate, it's not going to get to the house and to the grass that's on the other side of the berm. So
That's really pretty good.
yeah,
idea.
so whoever landscaped this really put some
And
some good thoughts into it.
there were 6 trees right out here.
Oh yeah,
Little pissant trees. You know, the kind that
you have to mow around.
you have to mow around. You know, any kind of a tree you have to mow is a pissant tree. It's got to come out.
Oh goodness.
And I figure we're not going to be here long enough to ever see them get big.
That's
and
right.
I'm sick and tired of putting that tractor in reverse, because
Yeah.
when I get going, I want to just mow. So I chopped them out. They would have been a whole lot smarter to take the money that they spent on those little 6 trees. Actually, it was about 9 trees, I think. If they had taken the same money and put one nice big tree
Yeah.
in, they wouldn't have spent any more, and it'd have been 40 years ahead.
And this is our neighbor's huge cottonwood tree. Right there. We have a pretty good sized one. And I tell you, when this thing was turning colors. I guess we sent you pictures of that, but it was just beautiful. All these trees that they have in their
real
yard.
pretty yellow.
It really was. Okay, we'll go to the back of the house now. Okay, and here's the deck that comes off of our bedroom. We just walked around the corner of the house there.
And you just have to put up with the winter video sniffles.
Yeah, sorry.
And when you do it, your nose is about an inch away from the little
microphone, I know. It's real pleasant.
But as I tell Carolyn, it's white, so it doesn't count. You don't get to go in the house. Can't go in the house. It's just white, it didn't hurt anything. Blow it on your sleeve.
We've got a little hot tub back there, but we've not even got figure out how to work it yet. We didn't pay too much attention to it. Then we have a little patio that separates the deck off of our bedroom from the deck that's on the main house. And I hope I don't jump too much here.
Carolyn, you're crunching, you're crunching.
Yeah, I am. Let's see. Have you gone down to the end of the edge of the yard? Yeah.
No.
Okay, well here is a kind of a close-up shot, and I'll walk down. I'll do the rest of the back of the house, and then I'll walk down to the far end of the yard to kind of give you an overview here. But then this deck continues on, and you can get to it coming off the den there as well, and then it goes down to another little patio that takes you into the garage. So that's kind of the back of the house.
And it takes you down to the hitching post.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot the hitching post. Going down to the hitching post.
So the whole idea was to keep all the tack in the garage and bring the horses over here. But that's a wooden hitching post that has already started to curl.
Yeah, we might need to.
Randy's telling me next door that somebody else had one of those, and the horse bolted and jerked that top rail off and took off running. And of course couldn't get rid of the post. Wound up with a $1,400 vet bill to fix the horse's feet, where it just beat it to death.
Yeah, kind of rough.
So we think we might do something about that.
Okay, let's walk down to the end of the yard.
Come here.
Here he
Come on.
comes.
For a little fella, he's got so many things that flop in the wind. What do you want? Stay down now. Stay down.
Oh.
You got your little beagle feet dirty, didn't
Yes, they are. Ooh, Jim.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the back of the house now, and you can see the whole thing. Kind of give you an idea of what it looks like from far away. Well, at least from the edge of the yard.
Oh, show him my Gramps Fix-It project over there on the left.
What is that?
Right there, the plastic.
Oh yeah. That was a good fix-it project.
The back of one little barn and the little hay storage
just
has boards across it. A lot of them got all nasty and some of them were falling off.
Yeah, a half-inch space between most of them.
The wind blows from that direction. So, got some 6 mil plastic, ripped me some slats and tacked it right up there, and it works like a charm. So I know that one little barn is a lot warmer than it was.
Yeah.
Not very fancy barns, but more than what a lot of people have. Some people don't have any kind of protection for them, and they make it, so I guess ours are a little bit better off, but it would be an awful lot of fun to build a
Real nice one.
real neat barn with a workshop on the end.
And I know we're getting to some problem again, but I figured let you see what it's like. You saw the top of the pasture. Now get an idea of what it looks like when you're down in the pasture and all the different houses that just ring it.
Horses and horses and horses and horses.
And a few cows.
Yeah, they don't count.
Yeah.
Jim goes out and plays with them. Jim has figured out that anything with any Angus in it at all, you better not turn your back on them, because they will chase him. And I was sitting in the house the other day looking down there, and I saw, just out of the corner of my eye, I saw a cow running pretty hard. And no other cow was running, and I thought, well, something's after. And I looked up, and Jim was sniffing some cow poop, and that cow was running right up behind him. And I could have screamed for all bloody murder to warn him that he'd never heard me, but that cow got within a foot of him, and he took off like somebody had set him on fire.
With his tail tucked, I guess.
And he knows the distance. He knows what to do, and he knows if they're really on him just to turn a real sharp corner, because he can corner better than they can. And he also knows how to get underneath that fence. There's a little spot right there that's just right for him that he can run under that fence at full speed. And then he stops about a foot on this side and just turns around like, you don't even scare me. He's real tough at a distance, or with a fence between him and his foe.
Okay, so now we've come around to the side of the house where the garage is, and the basketball goal.
Basketball court supreme.
And there's the cowboy basketball player.
I try to shoot about 300 foul shots a day. And I'm up to, pretty consistently, 95%.
Uh-huh.
I hit 46 out of 50 pretty consistently. So I've been all over a horse trainer to go double or nothing on 25 foul shots. But I can't suck him in. I always let him almost, he gets real close, but I never let him win. And I'm hoping that he thinks that he's getting so much better all the time. Someday he's going to feel real froggy and say, yeah, double or nothing on both horses, and I'm going to nail him. I don't know if I can get him on that or not. And this is a driveway.
Yeah, and pretty interesting down here at the end. Or that gate that allows water to come in, and it travels this rock-lined ditch right here.
That's the way the water comes in on this side of for the back.
And then that's really what does most of the back irrigation, isn't it?
Well, there's another one that goes down beside the horses.
Yeah.
At the other end of the front.
Uh-huh.
And but I'll bet you that is a lot of hard work as far as being out here and making sure that it all flows down
the
here.
right way,
'Cause
yeah.
This isn't as sophisticated looking as it is up
Uh-huh.
front. But you can see what a grade we've got.
Yeah.
So that's ideal. And not everybody has water rights, and that's they really put a lot of emphasis on that, and your property isn't worth nearly as much if you don't have water rights. And we have 8.32 acre feet of water.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So I guess we can, from one irrigation season to the next, we can put 8 feet of water on top of each acre. And it's getting real warm out.
Yeah,
and the snow is melting like crazy. Everything was white yesterday. And then we went into town yesterday evening, and it hardly snowed in town. 7 miles away?
Yeah, 7 miles. But we're just right in the valley where the wind is a little bit stronger, and I guess the weather's going to be a little bit more severe.
And the whole idea is never go into town, never leave this place. And I don't think since we've lived here, I have not gone into town less than 2 times. Yeah, it's a little bit more of an effort than walking down the end of the street. I really hate to show you this mess. But this is the garage with all my toys and my mess. And I have worked real hard at getting it organized. But with everything so far from the house, it's real daggone easy to start throwing stuff in sort of a pile. We got our saddles and stuff over here. And I've sort of made the third bay my little workshop, but with that little tractor, that stuff just takes up a lot of room. And I've only got one electrical outlet in here. But if I get real bored and decide I really want to set my workshop up, the outside panel is right over there in the corner, and I don't think it would be any big deal to wire this side over here. So I might do that, but I doubt it. Bumped it.
You must have bumped it.
Okay, where can you see him?
Well, he was right on the other side of the white fence in Randy's yard.
Right over there,
Yeah.
in his front yard?
In the dirt, you know.
I see, look at his tail. I just saw the top of
Did you
his
see his tail?
Yeah, he'd get up too close to the fence now. We can't see him.
Oh, well. I figured if he was playing with Babe, that would be fun to see. That's Jim's best friend. Lives next door to Border Collie. They have a blast.
Wear each other down.
Oh, they just have a big time.
Jim usually comes out on the short end of the stick.
He's a little guy. He's a little boy.
And this room's got a real nice view from it.
I think this is the prettiest way to look at the living room. The rug just shows up so nicely, doesn't it?
Yeah. Boy. Just can't, every time I come up here, I just can't help but think, if I were just 10 years old, I would have every notebook in the house made in airplanes and they'd be flying. Okay, I gotta shut this off or I will fall down the stairs going down.
Okay.
Okay, made it downstairs, did not fall. Little bathroom right here, close to the bar, fortunately. Right there, you can puke in that anytime you need to. Little room that was up until about a week ago our furniture graveyard for stuff we couldn't fix, use, or get rid of, but got in here and got busy, had all kinds of cheesy wallpaper type borders around the top. I got in here and cleaned all that out. And I made that little table some time ago back in Wilmington. And got a new bed.
I actually have a headboard coming. Right?
Made out of grape, what did you call it?
Grapevines? I don't know.
Grapevines. Out of sticks. Guy's gonna make it for us. That's a laundry room. And this is our room. I don't know if any of this is gonna show up.
Yeah, I think I think it appears brighter to you in the camera.
Hope so.
I hope so too.
Lots of bookshelves. They had TVs every 2 feet in this house. They had one in the den, even one on the kitchen counter, didn't they?
Yeah.
One in here. Oh, maybe 2 upstairs.
Well, every room is wired for cable. Every room.
So they used it up. I don't know if you've ever seen a picture of the chest. I was working on that. Remember we went to Wilson to get those pulls. And in the move, they lost one of them, that top left one. So we'll have to order another one from the same place. And even though it can get just as dark here as any place in the world, but it's always light in the bedroom. And we finally figured out it's because the lights of Reno are right on the other side of that hill. And even if it's dark, if it's cloudy, those lights bounce off the clouds.
It makes it even brighter.
And just lights this place up. And that's our shower and dressing areas. Little bathroom. Oh, and that's our towel rack. That's heated and it's on a timer so that at 5 o'clock when Carolyn gets up, her towel is nice and warm and toasty and soft. 2 shower heads, twice as clean. Well, it gets 2 people the same.
Or
one person twice as clean. I think
that's what the manufacturer promises.
And this is our closet. And that goes back into the laundry room. And that's it. The bunkhouse.
That's the house.
Jim's bunkhouse. The illegal beagle. God, darn, that is bright.
It is bright.
Yeah, this is probably a little bit better. Boy, that is bright. Okay, that's it. That's the story.
That's the house.
That's the house. This is the girl. Go ahead and sing. Go, come on. You promised.
That was like, what is that, nursery rhyme?
This was,
the house
you know,
that Jack built or
yeah,
something like that?
wait a minute.
Is it the girl that lives in the house that Jack built or something?
Yeah, but you're just changing the subject because you promised to sing Gramps a really, really nice birthday song.
Oh, golly.
Okay, go ahead.
I think Gramps would just as soon not have to listen to something like that.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
gosh. Okay, well, let me take a view so that they can see your picture in the house. Oh.
Well, let's go in the kitchen or something.
Yeah. Okay. There, that's better. Not quite as bright.
Okay, so that's it. I can't see anything.
Oh, me.
Well, we will record this afternoon.
Yep.
And take it to the post office tomorrow. So you can count on it in about a month. And by the time you get this, I hope you got the birthday card. I just couldn't believe that somebody caught me off guard and got a picture of me. But I figured as long as they did, I would just put it on that card and send it to you. All right. We'll talk to you real soon.
Okay, y'all take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.